Who, what it do? You know what it is. All right, today, for those of y'all who are tuning in, we are doing a just sort of year-end wrap-up hangout. Come kick it. Let me put this in the chat. Come chill in the Zoom room. Boom. There's that. And then we got Mr. Dunkinator walking in the door. Got his little cup of coffee. Go ahead and start that. So do one of these. And then bingo bango. Alright, cool. Alright, cool. There we go. Now we're set up. Oh man, I got some housekeeping to do. Mm, I have been going crazy. like just sorting files and making space on the computer. I have all the files. So many. like so many. I threw away about 400 gigs worth of crap yesterday. That's crazy. One thing about being a content creator is you would generate some files. All right, that fixes that. That works. You would generate some files. All right, so um, what I was thinking. Oh, you know what I was gonna do? Hey, ref. How you doing, brother? I was gonna do something crazy, Paul. I was thinking about possibly getting Pixelmator and seeing how that would work for thumbnails because Apple bought Pixelmator a wee bit ago. Hey, my headphones sound funny. Say something, Duncan. Something, Duncan. Like, right.
Something?
I know that's fine, dude. My headphones making a weird noise for a second, but maybe I'm tripping. Um,
It's all in
yeah,
your head.
it's all in the head. Apple bought Pixelmator, and then that makes me curious as to what they're going to do with it. But for someone who's like, I don't know if I want something that's better than Canva free, but I don't want to pay like Canva monthly. Like for those like myself and Lou and Rich, those of us who have Adobe Creative Suite, it's and we just use Express. But for somebody who doesn't want to use Express or Canva and they want a simple like $50 option, there is Pixelmator. And now that Apple bought it, I'm curious as to what that would look like. The funny thing is, if I do blaze into playing with Pixelmator, yo, it'll be doing a thumbnail with zero understanding of how that thing works. like it'll be just like starting it from scratch. I often also wondered, could you make thumbnails in preview? Right? I mean, because you just need the background image, and then technically you can put text on something in preview. Mm, that's curious. So like, I have one computer running Shotter and one computer running CleanShot X, which is dumb, because going back and forth makes my head hurt. But there's things that I love about CleanShot that is just so good, and there's things that I love about Shotter, which are so good. And I was like, I wish I had a way to meld those two programs together. But CleanShot seems to have some really good features as far as recording your screen and doing more stuff like that. So that part is a tad bit interesting to me. Um, yeah, super crazy, super interesting. Let me throw this stuff out. I'm like, you have so many new files. Oh, the other thing that I was gonna do, I know I'll do this one first because this one's more easy. I was just messing around right before we came down here, and I said I'm gonna pose a question to ChatGPT and see what it said. And I got about halfway through the answers, and I was like, oh, I better save this for the stream. So let me see if I can pull that up. That was kind of cool. Boom. What's up, Carlos? What's up, Joel? Joel is in the building. Who else came through? Rafi AT is here. Boom, boom, boom. AT, are you ready? Are you launching tomorrow? What day of the beginning of the year are you launching? Cause you said. So yesterday, gang, those of you who looks like we made it. Yesterday, I posted a video talking about doing your one hard thing for the year, and you know, going off the traditional sense of the word, and then talked about sort of more of what the modern take on it is. And this modern take isn't just, for this particular time, it isn't just, US guys stealing a Japanese tradition and, turning away to turning into a business, which has happened a lot. But this one's actually, even in Japan, people do this. So the misogi is normally today or tomorrow, people would go to temple and put on their mewashi, those white loincloth, and stand under the freezing water or kneel down in front of a bucket full of ice water. I mean, like it's been out there, it's melted snow, and they just pour it on you for like 10 minutes. And you go through that pain and suffering to basically ritually cleanse your body of all of the bad luck, evil spirits, whatever, contemptuous, whatever that was going down, right? Um, it's not as bad as the old Roman version of flogging, but I mean, it's pretty brutal. I hear also in Norwegian places, people will don, some shorts and run into the ocean and do the polar plunge, right? That's a U.S. thing, but like in Finland, they have one. Sweden has one. Norway has one. So it's not just Japan. Like this idea of cold plunging to cleanse the body is it's kind of an older thing. It's been around for a hot minute, but in Japan, the purpose of it is to get yourself ready for the new year, so that you can be more prosperous, be more attentive, like the whole case. The modern take on it is sort of like it's different from doing a resolution, because resolutions can be easy. People can just do a resolution like, oh, I'm gonna just watch less TV. Like that doesn't hurt. Like a masogi should be painful, not physically painful, but you know, painful in the matter that you have to actually. Ooh, somebody just blinked. Who was that? Oh, that was At. Um, it should be the point where you have to work hard at it, right? So for instance, now Alicia just popped up in the back room. Um, she did 75 hard. 75 hard is definitely one of those Misogi type situations. Doing 75 hard is hard enough that it should impact your life for the rest of the year, if not for the rest of your life. Right? That's the type of Misogi thing. So I was, I posted in a video. I got some pretty interesting answers back. I asked everybody to um, be real and put it out there and say what they're doing. Matt's going to continue his piano. Be quiet, Doc. Matt's going to finish his piano challenging. Lala's going to do 360 days of video, whether short or edited. That's cool. Let's see what else she said. Let me see what Lala said. She said, I've already done and comfortable with doing 30 days of live stream, facing my fear and making a video. Let's go. So she's on the similar path to me. Tora cracked the joke and didn't answer the question because Tora. uh, yes. And then Terrence said, oh, Terrence is making fun of my joke in the middle. Joe said he's going to do another a 60-day video challenge. So yeah, these are these are super awesome. It's curious to see what people are going to be working on. But yeah, that's it. That's cool. So, Paul, if you had to do, not had to, because you're not gonna really have a choice. what what would you say? What would you say is going to be your one hard thing that you're going to do this year that's going to make a better Paul?
I don't know. I keep coming back to investing in my channel because that will improve me too.
Yeah. So investing in your channel looks like what?
Recording videos, putting videos on there, giving it some care and feeding and reaching out to my people. I mean, my numbers are ridiculous of growth and I'm not doing anything.
So people are fighting it whether you do anything or not.
Yep.
There you go. There you go. Here, let me do this real quick.
And the other thing is being nice to you this year.
Oh, F that. Hold on. Let me fix this real quick. Why you gotta be cracking jokes, AT? Let me make this better. Oh, let's see. That should fit 3 heads, I think. My Ecamm. Oh no, it's gonna be too big. My Ecamm size guesswork is not doing good anymore. I used to be super good at this. Now I can't do it. I guess I don't play with it enough. That sounds effed up. Boom.
Use it or lose it.
Yeah, that's how it works. Bingo. Bingo. There you go. Oh, look, we picked the right color. I thought you'd be on that Honolulu blue today, AT. Man, listen. If you guys don't win the Super Bowl, I would be disappointed. The ultimate, though, would be for you guys to play in the Super Bowl against the insufferable Miss Bruce. That would be a good Super Bowl. Oh, you muted. You got to unmute yourself.
Oh, wait a minute. I think it's me.
Paul, you banned Alicia? Oh, my. Oh, she coming for you.
Now you can unmute.
No, I don't think we're winning because, man, we got 17 players on from defense on the IR.
I know, but you're still crushing, though.
We can't stop anybody.
This is true.
If Jared Goff and the offense has one bad game, we're done.
Yeah. Yeah. That because it's true. Because even for San Francisco, like Purdy ruined that game. Like it was flip, and then he threw 2 horrible interceptions, and that kind of saved you. It's sad because they're so good. They're so much fun to watch. Like I hate to say this, but they're super fun to watch. It's kind of
San Francisco's had a bad year.
Listen, why? I knew she would be here. All I had to do was just mention Super Bowl. She would pop up. What's up, nephew? How are you doing? Good to see you here, bro. Out here kicking it, still doing his thing. Let's see, Paul. Did you did the freezing challenge before?
The who what challenge?
The running into the cold water.
Many years ago. Yes.
See, okay,
If I did
you
it.
just made me think of something. Remember the Century Ride stuff that you used to do?
Mhm.
That would qualify as a misogi because that's you got to train for that sucker. Like I had a friend
Yep.
that trained 3 weeks and did it, and he was like, "That was so stupid." I mean, he completed it, but he's like, "That was beyond stupid." So a Century Ride, if you guys are uninitiated, it's riding 100 miles. And it's normally done in a pretty straight shot. Like you stop at like 30, you drink some water, squeeze one of those protein gels in your face, and then you go like another 30, and then drink some water. I mean, you have water on your bike, but I mean, like you stop for a second, get like water, go to the bathroom, whatever, drink some protein joint, and then ride the rest of the way. And my friend did that, and it's crazy. And here it's pretty flat. Imagine in a place where there's no way you're going to get 100 miles of mostly flat. It's mostly flat here. There are some hills, but in general, because you're running on the
Come to
coast,
California.
is pretty flat.
Well, that's up there with the AIDS life cycle ride that I would do
You
from
got to
San
up your
Francisco to
volume a
LA.
little bit. Or I know what it is. I know what it is the why your volume is always like this. You see that foot of space between you and the microphone that's designed to be right here? That's what it is. That's all it is. Even on that SMV7, I can't speak English. You're probably good now. Just try.
I also did tweak a couple things. Is that better?
Way better.
Yo, this is not a shotgun, homie. It's a chin gun. You gotta put it in your face.
It drooped. The other thing is the AIDS.
It wasn't just me. AT did it
No.
too. It happens when you get old, fam. It just does.
Yep.
Okay, about the AIDS run. Okay, go ahead.
The AIDS bike ride from San Francisco to LA over 7 days. That is definitely, that's even more so than a century because you're doing multiple centuries a day. You know, you're doing centuries every day
Yeah, that's
for a lot of it.
400 and something, right?
520 some miles in the course of 7 days.
Bro, that's crazy. That's
You find out what you can do.
you got everybody, Paul. Even Sammy coming with the jokes. Yo, so all right. I mean, AT, you did 75 hard last year, and I know your podcast is a thing, but that's not painful for you now because you're starting to get your little flow together. So, what would you say would be your one difficult thing that you're going to do this year? And now, of course, this is different from your theme, people. Well, it doesn't have to be, but for the most part, it's different from your theme. Your theme is your theme. You're going to rock that regardless.
I'm contemplating 2 different bike rides, but it all depends on, like, my dad for some odd reason wants to go to family reunion, so that bites in the middle of my summer. Because originally my plan was to, there's the Adventure Cycling Association
Right.
has a mapped out ride from Mobile to Canada, following Underground Railroad.
Dang. How many miles is
And
that?
that's where my head was at until he went, I want to go to family reunion, which means I got to drive. Family reunion is 4th of July weekend. So I was planning on being closer to the end of the ride by 4th of July week. So I don't know if I can pull it off by starting earlier. I don't know if the weather will cooperate. So if I'm still in the planning stages right now. So if that doesn't, my backup plan is to do CNO and Gap Trail from Pittsburgh to DC.
Okay, got that. That's cool. Man, how long is that ride total from Mobile to Canada?
Well, it's around 2,000 miles. So
Jesus.
I'm assuming it's going to take at least 2 months.
Good Lord.
Well,
Dude, that's crazy. My boys back in the day, like when I want to say it was like 2009 or 10, they rode across the country from San Fran to New York, and they couch surfed at people's houses, and they blogged the whole way. And so as people caught hold of the blogging, like it was easy for them to find. In the beginning, they had houses planned out to like the middle of Oregon, but then people jumped on and they made it all the way through. But they just basically rode every day until they got across. That's pretty crazy. This is cool. Okay, Los. So again, this is fine, but I think that's more of like your thematic thing. Masogi should be really hard. Like it should be, in a way, it should be physical, and in a way, it should be hard. Now, I guess, I mean, it can be whatever you want, but I think the idea of taking yourself less seriously, that should be more or less your theme. which would be unwind, or Daniel was really good at coming up with a single word for that. Um, but I think what you do for the misogi should technically require a little bit of physical pain. Now, again, not to hurt yourself. That's not the point of it. But it's like an endurance situation. So, traditionally, you're going to climb Mount Ontake. You're going to go run into that freezing ass water. You're going to ride, a couple 100 miles. You're going to do what's the Appalachian Trail or something of that. Yeah, the polar dip counts, Joe. And your mic is undone. So, hey, why he go? He going to come and then run away. Um, I'm sure you're going to ask me a tech question, and that's what this is for. So you don't have to say you're going to ask a question. Just ask it. Jeff, how are you doing, by the way? Yeah, so I'm
I need
just,
to walk more.
that really, like, set yourself up. You know what works really good? Me and Mary Lou talk about this all the time, content stacking, right? So I take my I have made myself like get up and walk around the block. So whenever, instead of going home, which is straight out the door, up the steps, half down the block, up the driveway, into the building, elevator up, I go around the whole block. And sometimes instead of just the block that I'm on, I'll go around 2 whole blocks, right? And then go to the house. Unless I gotta drop a deuce or we or something, then I'm just hauling ass. Because we're old, man. Gotta go, you gotta go. So if you
There's an app for that.
there's a what?
There's an app for that.
For what? Remind you to walk?
Toilet finder.
Oh, that's true. That's right. I've used that before when I've gone to some place where I didn't know.
Just strap on a Depends.
Yeah. No, when you're somewhere you don't know, that's a really good app. And actually, it's built into Google Maps at this point. Joel, you're muted, or unless you're talking on the phone to somebody. Yeah, Joe's having a whole conversation with somebody else. He was confusing me. So yeah, Paul, set yourself up to where you make it a point. See, this is going to be difficult for you because you like to do back to back to back to back stream/meetings, which requires you to sit there for too long, right? I do the same
Yeah.
thing. And so, like, I'm trying to make a point to space it out. There are going to be some where we kind of don't have no choice. Hashtag because Katie. But if you can sort of remember not to do that, that was sorry, the space was driving me mental. It will make it so that you get up, and then what you do is you put on your audio book or you listen, whatever, so you just take a hike.
Well, the other thing I'm thinking is when I go downstairs to check for my mail, rather than
Mhm.
just go down to the lobby, grab my mail, and come back to the apartment, I have to walk around the block before I can get my mail.
Yeah, that's what I do. I put it. Okay, so you got it. I put it at the end of something that I want to do, and I can't do that until I do the other thing first. And I do a real good job of like not sidetracking it, right? So it's like if I'm gonna go down there and get this, then same thing. Just walk out the door, and I just take a left instead of taking a right. If I take a left, there's no way I get back to my house without going all the way around the block. So you just do it. And by the time you're at the end of the driveway, I mean, theoretically, I could take a left at the end of the driveway and come back around, which is shorter, but it's still better than if I just walked up the steps and went in the house. So yeah, set yourself up for something like that. But yeah, I really did. I like Carlos's input on not taking yourself so seriously, bro. And I think a lot of us, especially as we get into the whole content game, it's easy to like overdo it, overthink it, and again, trying to make it just something that's really impossible to sustain. And that comes from the idea of wanting it to be perfect. It is the hardest habit to break, like legit. It is literally the hardest habit to break. Okay, Jeff, nobody wants your PDF. Let's just start there. And that's a reality that people have got to set in. if you start out understanding that nobody wants your PDF, how do you make it enticing for them? Number one, that's very important. Number two, do not send them to go get this PDF in the middle of your video. That is video sabotage. Okay? So if you make a video, if you make a PDF that is so valuable that people, like, oh God, this is going to be perfect, right? So let's say I was going to make a PDF that says, if you take this form and you fill it out, I'm going to send you $100 cash. No questions asked. People will immediately stop watching the video and go get the PDF. So your YouTube analytics will look just like this. There's no contrast for you to see. Here, let's make a contrast. This would be your analytic chart, just like this. That is the dumbest thing you could ever do to your channel. And it's funny because all of the marketing people be out here telling people about put your call to actions in your videos. And I'm like, that is the stupidest advice ever invented. On YouTube, you want people to watch videos. You don't want them to leave to get anything. You need them to watch one video and then another video and then another video and then another video. If you do that, the algorithm will reward you by sending your video to more people that are not in your inner circle. So you have to train your audience that I have a PDF, I'll put it in the description, but don't get it just yet because I have something else, more stuff to talk to you about. When you're finished watching all your videos today, bookmark this page, come back to it, but don't leave to go get that video. And I watch every, I want to sell you something mother freaker on the internet doing that, and then got the audacity to come back and be like, YouTube is squelching my views. Because you're standing. Imagine standing in the studio of KTLA telling everybody to go watch, I don't know, whatever another LA station is. I don't know. I don't live in LA. But imagine standing in KTLA and telling them, hey, go over to this other station and watch my other show. They will never let you step foot in that studio again. Not once, not ever. Right? So it's very important that you understand that. And most people don't get that because the thought is everybody wants what I'm going to send. AT, oh my God. So, yeah. Anyway, Jeff, let me know if you understood that, if that makes sense. But that is the number one thing that crushes people when they're trying to, get someone to sign up for something and things like that. Like, yeah, it really is like the worst possible thing you can do. There you go. Are you back, AT? Does your mic work?
Yeah.
Okay, I was just checking. You made me crack up laughing. Anyway, yeah, good, Jeff. No, it's super funny, bro. Like that is the most crushing thing, and so many people do it. And I'd like, why though? But why? Why? Hey, listen, Joel, you're cool. We just thought you were talking to us or talking to your inner demons. We weren't sure. I just seen your head going, and then we're like, we can't hear you. I've discovered that maybe like a year and a half ago, and then I listened to all of my friends, all of my marketing contemporaries, all of these people who like I do so well on LinkedIn, I do so well on this other platform, but I'm not getting any traction on YouTube. And I'm like, because in 3 seconds of your YouTube video, you're like, hey, go get my course. Oh, there we go. Now we understand. Here, let's do this. Let's switch. Bingo. Hi, Joel. You didn't say that, AT. She's shaking her head at me. What's happening, Joel? Oh, see, he did the same thing as Paul. Microphone, other side of the room.
Mine was
I'm good. How are you guys?
Joe's was all the way back here. He got, dude, that's a pretty long mic arm. He had to grab that sucker from the other state. Good, bro.
Excellent. No, you weren't. It wasn't my inner demons. You would know if it was them. Those guys don't listen. They need ASL, so I'll be doing all this stuff.
What's going to be your big thing that you're crushing this year?
I finished the weight loss.
Nice.
So the sad story with me in the background is I tried to impress the kiddos last year, and I ripped my knee apart twice.
Ooh.
And so I needed to get a procedure. But when all that happens, you sit on the couch and you get fat.
Uh-huh.
So
Dude, my knee surgery was brutal, and then I had a complication, so it was just I still got to do the other one, but the first one took way longer than expected. It's supposed to be like 6 to 8 weeks recovery. Mine took like a year and a half. It's kind of crazy. I like this tacotarian thing though, and so here's what's hilarious. I heard you talking about it. Thought you were kind of joking, but
I was
in
not.
the process of doing, I basically from September to now came down 19 pounds, probably more now. I haven't weighed myself in a minute, and I've been food tracking, right, using the Lose It app because I have to submit that stuff to my doctor because they have to make sure that you know, staying on your protein, right? Because one of the things about my Wegovy, and I didn't do the Wegovy for weight loss per se. They gave it to me because Wegovy has been indicated as a stroke prevention situation, and I had a stroke before. And so, as I, started taking that, ooh, I just remember I forgot to shoot myself yesterday. I got to shoot myself in the stomach today. Um, as you take that, it curbs your appetite so much that you kind of forget to eat or you don't want to. So I have to like literally put food on my calendar and eat at the prescribed times. Otherwise it really just jacks you up. And so I've been tracking with this app, and I don't know why I didn't think of it, but you said it joking around with Anya Fulton the other day that it is pretty healthy food. And I'm like, how can? But I think that's because many of us in the US, we calculate tacos as Taco Bell. Until about 7 or 8 years ago, there was a resurgence in street tacos, right?
Mhm.
And then from the street tacos, it's basically good, right? Your wrap is corn, right? Your meat is slow stewed, normally not too fatty, especially if you do fish or chicken, you know. And then the most deadly thing on there is cheese, but it's such a small amount. It's not really like you're eating a whole block of cheese or anything, which turns out to be high protein.
Yeah.
So I have there's a truck that's been on the corner of my block. It's like 2 blocks away from here, and it's now permanent. And I looked at that truck for over a year. I was like, yeah, one day I'm gonna stop there and eat. Yeah, one day I'm gonna stop there and eat. And I've eaten everything under the sun except that. But right after we got off that stream, I went to that truck. Just so happens to be next door to the sake store.
Mhm.
So I,
Nice.
I, I
Nice.
grabbed a couple of tacos. And then when I went to go put it in my logging app, I was like, there's no way. This is actually freaking dope. Like it hits all the switches, it has everything.
And in the right levels too. So
Yeah.
when you think about it, a corn taco shell, depending on where you get it and what you get it done with, because some of them they dip them in flavor powders now too. But yeah, they're like 80 to 110 calories. It's nothing.
And these people, they're not Oaxacan. They are Sonoran. So their tacos, I mean, their shells are made by abuelita. Like they're still handcrafted. Oh, I could do it this way. Here, let's go this way.
Yeah, no, they're great. So I have all these videos done and ready to go. I just got to get them put out there. Um, of 60 different variants so far, and there's more coming. I made a salmon sashimi taco that blew my mind.
That's good. That's real good.
There's all kinds. There's like so many different variants, but they're healthy. Like Doc, just to kind of give you the context. I literally only ate tacos for 4 months.
Jesus criminy.
Breakfast, lunch, dinner, tacos. And I dropped 40 pounds doing it.
Jesus criminy.
And then I got off it for like a month or two. And then last 4 days, I'm like, okay, I should maybe start it. Went back to it again. I'm in the last 5 days, I'm down 15 more.
Wow.
Bro, that's dope. That's super dope.
No, like guys can lose more weight than ladies. Apologies,
100%.
but
Yeah, every time
But,
time I have to do one of these things before, and Karen would always be like, "How the heck do you lose weight so fast?" I'm like, "For guys, it's quicker. It just is." But we also normally are starting at a whole different ratio. like, Karen's 4'11" and barely 115 pounds. I'm like, "How the yeah? You got no weight to lose. Like, I could lose 115 pounds by taking a shit." we're just dudes. We're much bigger.
yeah, I think the science, don't quote me, is that most guys can, if they just eat healthy, lose about a pound, pound and a half a day, depending on where their starting point is. And if you really,
Because your
if you
engine's
really
bigger.
want to be serious about it and do your intermittent fasting and everything else, you can probably get closer to 2.5 to 3.
Well, their engine bigger, except if you're Gretchen and you're 6'2". She's tall. She's super
I'm 6'4".
Oh, really? Dang, you're the one person at camp that's gonna be taller than Gretchen. 'Cause she's a lurch. She ain't here today to listen to us. Um, Tati, I sent you something fun the other day. Let me know if you got it. Oh, definitely you can't burn that much, Tati, because you're only like 5 feet tall. So you got a lot. You got a lot more work to do when you're that small. You and Alicia and all the rest of you short people, Mary Lou.
How did I know that was coming?
Yo, be careful around Alicia Joel. She goes for the knees. Aubrey said she was enjoying Carlos's videos. Yes, they are super good. So here's the cool part about like watching Carlos's videos, and I'm telling you, all you guys should watch, even if you don't think you want to know about photography channel. He's mostly been talking recently about just mindset and content creation, and he's not pulling this out of books. Like he's actually licensed to talk about what he's talking about. So it's actually very interesting to hear it. I sent it to you in Discord. Go check your Discord real quick. I guess I should have texted you. I don't know why I sent it in Discord, but I sent it in Discord. It's in the DM section. Let me know if you got it. I think it's cool. It's for educators. This is fine, man. Joel, are you gonna do like as just a show, or are you gonna put it out as a book? Like what is your
All of it.
Oh, gangster.
With lives, books, recipes, maybe even some sauces. Who knows? I think there's 1,000,001 sauces out there, but I was going to start
a million and two.
I was going to start a religion for real.
Dude,
You know how
that
they
is
have like
cool.
Pastafarians and stuff?
Yeah.
I was going to make the
Tacotarians.
Tacotarians. You have to, do it right. We're okay with this, that, and the other thing. But every once in a lifetime, you have to make a pilgrimage to Old El Paso or some nonsense. I don't know, but
Well,
I not
it's
do that.
funny, like when you think about this, in a weird sense, almost every country has something similar to a taco, right? So, although
America, it's the hot dog.
yeah, it's basically a pocket food, right? You got your pitas in the Mediterranean, which Mediterranean diet was all the rage a little while back. Your pitas part of it. In Japan, it would be onigiri, right? You take whatever leftover meat and veg from the day before. Oh, this I have to take. Sorry.
All good.
Actually, no, I can do it. I can call him back later. This is about stuff we need for podcast, not podcast movement, for Podfest, but I'll call him back because I know what he wants and I already ordered it. Anyway, so the onigiri is like you take sort of leftover rice and whatever leftover meat and veg you have, and you build it into like a little rice ball, and you just throw it in your backpack, and it's intended to be a high nutrient or nutrient dense, like eat anytime food that you can just kind of carry around. So if you think about it, like yeah, a lot of your stuff that you eat, say in a street taco, doesn't have to be necessarily hot. If it's hot, it's good. If it's not hot, it still ain't gonna kill it. It's still gonna taste phenomenal, right? And there's tons of burritos that you can carry and eat later, kind of thing. So you're right. There, if you think about it, through most countries they have something. The Italian version of that would be, oh my God, why am I dumb? Pizza Hut used to sell it. Calzone.
Yeah.
Dude, those are
Philippines has
deadly, though.
adobo
Those are deadly.
or baos.
Yeah, bao. So bao's very popular here. So does Manapua, but baos are super popular here. And we used to always just like grab a baked or steamed Manapua, throw it in the backpack. You out doing something, you get hungry, pull it out, go to town. We also have the musubi, which is basically Hawaii's version of a Japanese style onigiri inside out. Piece of spam wrapped in nori, big chunk of rice. Sometimes you put egg. Then people put teriyaki chicken or hot dog or whatever on the top of it. So yeah, it's actually pretty good. I think the one part of it that's deadly is the hot dog or the spam. But at the time, it was easy for people to get.
For me, the trouble one is samosas.
Oh God, I love that. One of my favorite things in the world. They're so good. A good vegetable samosa. Oh, with a good crispy skin. I love it. Have you tried the ones from the store? Um, what's that company called? Tasty something, and there's another one that begins with an M. They're okay, but if you get one from a good restaurant, samosas are the bomb. Super good.
Well,
Oh, I know what
in
I was
the
gonna
area
ask you.
that we live, it's like heavy South Asian and Caribbean populations, heavy Nigerian population too. So we get all of it. Nobody buys samosas from the store. We all
Oh,
just grab
yes.
them from the restaurants. They sell them to us 10 in a bag for like $3.
Do you get the Jamaican pate?
Yep.
Oh God, I envy you. I do not have that here. Every time I go to mainland, first thing I'm doing is hunting for a Jamaican store.
Well, when
Kurt
we
and Diana and Jill and I, we went to Jamaican restaurant in San Diego. And the funniest thing, guys, it's like, oh, I can't wait to take you guys. And so we're all dialed up, we're ready to go. We're staring at the menu, and there's like so much stuff to eat. And Diana and Jill, I think Kat was with us too. We were just staring at the menu, going, oh, what are we gonna get? And Kurt goes up to the counter. Brad, what is it now? The brown stew for me, friend. What you mean? Say a cocoa bread. And it's like Kurt has a Jamaica switch, guys, and he can go patois like that. You would never know it because Kurt doesn't really have the accent. His brother Jeffrey has the hardcore accent. It is super funny to watch Kurt. Actually, Luis was there too. It's super funny to hear Kurt switch on the accent. It's like bingo. It's like the funniest thing. It's so good.
Well, when we eventually do meet up, I don't know when that's going to be, but when we do, remind me and I'll bring you a box. There's this place called Randy's. It's been awarded the best in the world, and they're just down the street
Oh my God.
several times over.
Are you
They're
in
really good.
Toronto?
And like here we have oxtail patties too.
Oh, I love oxtail. We were just talking about this on the show a little bit ago. There's a great video about how oxtail, used to be considered trash food, but now because the health people got a hold of it for bone broth and things, it's really expensive, and now it's making it out of the reach of the cultures that grew up eating it because it was a cheap food. You know what I mean? They were basically free. So
Is
there's a
that why it
lady.
went up in price? I just thought it
Yeah,
was because a lot of people figured out it was tasty.
yeah, that too. So it was both. So you got
There's
people
only so
using
many
it
cows out there, man.
to make bone stock for beef broth and stuff like that, and then people finally figured out that it's not trash. Same with pork belly. Pork belly was basically free. You can go to your butcher and get all the pork belly you wanted, and it was considered trash. Nobody would eat it, and then people figured out what we known on the long is that you can make some pretty amazing kit with pork belly. And so,
I blame
all,
barbecue culture and barbecue TV shows for making pork belly expensive.
exactly. So that's what it is. The Food Network has brought up the price of oxtail and pork belly, and next thing you know, I'm not going back to this one though. But my grandpa used to love a pig ear. Not my favorite. Paul is having like that one got you, Paul. The mouth went.
I've had
"Ugh."
pig ears is fine. It's not my favorite thing, but
It's
it's
not my
not
favorite
bad.
either. I've eaten it, but
When you go over to your friends' houses from like rural Ghana and stuff like that, and they feed you snake,
I've had
that's
I've had
has a
rattlesnake before.
Yeah.
Like Lo says, George Costanza, my new religion is doing the opposite of my faulty intuition. That's super funny.
When I went to Japan, I told him I'll try anything. I said, just don't tell me what it is until I've eaten it.
Did you have horse sashimi?
Uh huh.
Yeah, that one. That one right there. You know what? I was gonna tell you. Do you know what salmon sashimi is called? It's a sake, same as the drink, but you normally pronounce it with a little h, sake, but basically the same thing. That is, it's all right. I'm more of a tuna guy. I don't really like to taste the salmon in general.
I love that stuff, but it's not the same here in Toronto as it is in Vancouver. I grew up in Vancouver. It tasted better there.
Oh yeah, because by the time you get it, it has driven across the country, and like it's really the best. Like the first day it comes out the water. And so unless they fly
or
it,
it's made from like nice salmon, but it's still frozen.
yeah. Have you guys tried basa, or we call it swai? Same smell. That is a really really good fish for just like healthy stuff. Hey, At with her cup. Look at that. Look at that.
It absorbs spices and sauces really well.
Yes, it does. That's one of my favorite. So I was telling I maybe Paul this the other day. I was into this book, and um, one of the things the guy recommended was to okay, we think about the things that we spend a lot of time on in the day that you don't realize you spend time on in the day when everybody says they don't have no time. And one of them is trying to figure out what to eat. And so he says, similar to why Steve Jobs and Richard Branson and even Elon to some extent, all these rich people have this like outfit and they just don't bother. They don't change. They have the same outfit every day. Is because that is a decision that's just removed from their thought process. They can think about something altogether better. You go to the closet, you grab a black St. Croix turtleneck, a pair of Wrangler jeans, a pair of New Balance, walk out the house. Like you don't bother with anything. Also, why you'll see a lot of super wealthy, rich guys with just jacked up hair. They don't even bother because they're not trying to put on anything for anybody else to sort of prove what they are. They already made it. So their hair be all out of whack, or, they'll go to a very low maintenance level cut because they don't want to have to do the traditional maintenance work that everybody else does in order to keep up appearances. They don't have to do that part, right? In theory, nor do we, but we've been suckered into it half the time by them that's what we're supposed to do. So people go out of their thing. Anyway, so he said one of the things you should do is have your emergency. F it. I'm not thinking about this. I just need to eat meal. And it needs to cover all the bases, have everything, nutritionally sound, can make it in less than 20 minutes, and you always basically have these ingredients on deck. It turns out fish is one of the best ones because you can have it in your freezer for up to 3 months without any problems. You can easily stock up. You can easily backfill. And if you have something like the air fryer like I have the oven style, not the basket style, but even the basket style will work. You can normally unthaw a completely frozen fish in like 10 minutes and just soaking it in water. And then you can cook it in the 12 in the broiler if you have a broiler. So you can stick the whole thing in frozen in the broiler and cook it in about 17 minutes. So like having that as a go-to, and if that's not you, if you're a vegetable person, you always got to have a cauliflower, cabbage, carrots on deck. Why? They don't stale very fast. right? Cauliflower can live in your fridge for like a month. Yolanda's favorite green afros fit on that list. They last pretty long in the fridge. You could also parboil them and put them in the freezer so that you can steam them. You can steam them up real quick, and so you steam them up whatever your favorite protein. Like tofu lasts about 3 weeks in the fridge. So you should have on deck the type of thing that you can make in a blink that also keeps you from having to go out. Because in the going out process, it's quote unquote fast. But for a lot of us, getting in the whip, driving, say, a mile to the fast food joint, get it, drive back to the house, eat it. It's still a half an hour to make that round trip before you even eat it, unless you eat in the car, which I don't do. If you eat in your car, maybe it's faster. But yeah, you want to have an emergency, like I could just grab this and go and be done with it kind of food. And if you try this, he says, and I've been doing it, and it really does help, especially for me being on semi-glutide. I don't have to think about it. So I can just do it, make sure that I'm properly nutriented and on about your mission. So it's also not much different than doing what we do. We have our studio set up, right? So I would say any of us can create content faster than most because we don't have to set anything up. Just come in, sit down, flick, do the damn thing, flick, peace out. It's so simple. Kathy says she left her Ozzy at home 2 weeks. Oh, that must be rough. And then Lo said started eating oxtail in Korea 25 years ago. Dude, listen, dude, Korean oxtail, one of the best. One of the best. Okinawan style oxtail. Oh, I'm about to have some tonight. Yo, it's a New Year's thing. It's so good. So good. Yeah, and eating in a car is expensive when you factor in the cleaning. Bruh. Yeah. Not a fan of that. I don't eat in my car. My car is spotless. The other thing I don't have in my car, you go in the trunk, there is nothing in the trunk except for a tire. Nothing. People be like, "Oh, my car don't get the gas mileage what it says on the TV." Number one, you're 250. That car was built in Japan. Everybody's under 200 pounds. Number two, you got your whole closet in the trunk. Most people are driving around with 500-600 pounds worth of shit in their car talking about the gas mileage ain't good. Take it out.
An empty trunk makes it better to dispose of bodies that
body,
way.
Exactly. You never know when you need to throw a body out.
And some of these cars have nice big trunks.
Yeah.
They're great for disposing bodies.
Yep.
Yeah. The old Buick, bro. we had the old Buick LaSalle. I was like, yo, you can fit 3 people in this trunk. That's they called the mafia trunk. Yo, it's never going back, man. Unfortunately, it's never going back. Once the Bouger figured out that it tastes good, before when they was laughing at us for eating that crap, eating your Ital, everybody was like, oh, there's only poor people eat that Ital. Now they know what the Ital is. They're like, oh, this is delicious. And it's like, yeah, fool. Before they gave it to us as you guys are unworthy, here, eat this. So it's kind of jacked up, but I doubt the price is going back down. It has gone bananas. Okay, getting off the subject of food. Here's one that I think I would like to put out to everyone here in the community. I challenge. I'm going to gauntlet. I need a gauntlet that I can take off and throw it on the ground. I'm going to challenge, and here's the gauntlet. I think everybody here should make a video every single day this year. Don't panic. You don't have to post it. You don't have to show it to nobody. But you should make it a point to shoot a 2 to 3 minute video every single day. You can delete it. You can do whatever, but just the reps of sitting down. Where's my magnet? I just had it on the desk. Here it is. Here's my magnet, not attached to anything. Sit down. AT rolled her eyes when I said that, people, by the way. I just want y'all to know.
What then?
Yeah, you did. She went like this.
I was thinking.
Okay.
It
Actually,
went
wait, we
up
can roll the
because of
tape. We can roll the tape. This is live. We can go back and see. And here's the funny. I'm looking for my phone, right? My hand is resting on the table, holding the phone in my hand. So I grab this, and I'm looking all over like, where's my phone? Senior mode. Anyway, so you're going to take this,
old man syndrome.
doink. You're going to magnet it up, and you're just going to be like, dear diary, you are a fine, damn you fine. Good Lord. Got my hair did. And you just gonna, yeah, I like the one you got, Joel. I seen those on Amazon for like, I think it was 14, 15 bones, which is like $80 in Canadian. But
I saw it in Dollar Tree, 3 for $1.
Oh, you got that one from Dollar Tree? Yeah, it don't have to be nothing crazy, fam. I'm like, you can get them for mad cheap. You could probably just stretch one up, like stick it on some books. But take your phone every day and just post it up and have a conversation with yourself. And remind yourself your affirmations, your daily affirmations. I got a whole list of affirmations I could throw your way. Actually, this first week of Jan, I will go through my affirmations. I have a affirmations list called Purple. Yolanda knows what it is. She was on my team. People who came to Creative Camp may have seen these. But I have an affirmation list called Purple. I'll give it to you. All you're going to do is fire this baby up, and you're going to say your afros, and then be about that life. My best friend is bringing me some food from his mother-in-law. His mother-in-law makes nishime, and unless you're Okinawan, you won't know, but nishime is the bomb. Oh, my God. It's like pork and vegetable stew. Look, it's getting moist just thinking about it.
Hey, guys, I'm going to say Happy New Year to you all. I got to bounce.
Thank you, bro.
But, it is
Good to see
great
you.
as always hanging out with you.
Mahalo nui. Happy New Year, brother.
Take care.
Bye bye.
Look, I just did that little sweep thing. That thing is so dope. So anyway, hey Joe, appreciate you, bro. 5 hours to go. I was talking about your comment on my post from yesterday. Thank you for that, by the way. Super good. Yeah. So literally, that's the challenge, bro. Like, even if you don't record, like, even if you're still figuring it out, I think if you would just take the time and give yourself 2-3 minutes a day, and you'll find yourself, doing more, because you'll find it very therapeutic. It's a good way to stay centered and grounded and know what you're doing. It's similar to journaling. You can just, put them on your phone and look at them later, or you can delete them. But if you get in the habit of doing that every day, every time you pop on the camera to sit down and talk, you will be much better at it. And I can say right now, with pure honesty, a year and a half ago, Alicia would not do this. She would try to choke my neck if I threw her on the screen ad hoc. Now, she's good.
No, I can't reach that high. I take you out at the knees, remember?
Right? But it's true, right? A year and a half ago, there's no way in hell you would sit here and do this, right?
You got that right.
Yeah. See, look at you now. You straight gangster. You got it. So, you missed class, man. Saturday, we was giving you all the flowers.
Well, when I kept asking earlier because I had to go to a birthday party for a 1-year-old.
Oh, that's
And-
I'd rather go do that.
I was trying to plan my escape, but I couldn't plan my escape because I didn't know we were having class. Nobody
Yeah.
answered the question. I put it in group and everything, and
Yes, I didn't see it in the group, but I
talking
saw
about
it
we
in the
here,
chat in the
and I'm
video.
already at the party then.
Oh, it's all good. It's all good. But
When
we
you
were
said
giving
we
you
here, I was eating
all the
birthday cake.
flowers. You got the you got an award for being the dopest for the year. So
Oh,
big ups,
okay.
big ups for that.
Thank you.
Like, you put in that work. You and Yolanda have to fight for the biggest pain in my ass trophy. But with all love, 100% love, because I was to me,
We'll be the Wonder Twins, and we'll share it.
to me, I felt like, I talked about even the growth that I pick up from just hanging out with y'all. And there was a moment. Paul C, who just popped in the back room, Paul C has like asked a question about if it seems like in the last 60 days or so that my teaching style has gotten better, and I was like, yeah, that's 100% on you from the Final Cut incident. And you're like, listen, bitch, I'm gonna need you to stop and go back and do it one more again, and this time say everything. And then I was like, but, and you're like, no buts, damn it, back it up. And I was like, but I didn't know. I was like, okay. It was much longer than that, by the way. I was kicking and screaming, but I 100% give you flowers for sort of setting that in. And we were talking about that in class, and so I had.
Yeah, Luis was trying to be your wingman.
Yeah, Luis was selling me out what he was doing.
No, he was trying to be your wingman. Remember, I told him he was disqualified. He couldn't talk.
Yes. Yeah, it was super funny. We had a good time. And then, we just to sort of talk the story and catching up, but want to definitely give you flowers for the work you put in this year to be a better creator. You deserve it. Like, you have literally buckled down and like, I'm doing this. And I just wish we could sell it. I wish there was a way to bundle up some of that, because I think where you came from to where you are now is a bigger gap than most people realize. And most people are not starting as far back in the not wanting to do this as you did, and you still did the work. I think the biggest curse is the people that are sort of in the middle where it's not so painful for them to make that transition. So they stay in the middle. You know what I mean? It's almost like, this is not a good explanation. I just lost the plan. But
No, you just tell people when you straddle the fence, you end up neutered.
you heard it. You heard it first from AT. Oh my God. When you straddle the fence, you end up neutered. Oh my God.
That's a T-shirt.
That is that is super good. Oh my God, that is super good. Uh, I was trying to equate it to equate it to like a rag to riches story. It's different.
Oh, sorry.
No, but it works though. It's the same thing. Coming from sort of rags to riches is a whole different situation from somebody that started out in the middle class and then made it, because they had everything in place. They just needed to do a couple other changes in order to get there. But like when you have to come from the struggle bus to first class, it's a huger gap, and the amount of work that's there is different. So it's frustrating to me when I see someone sitting in the middle. They got everything and they still can't bring themselves to do it. I'm like, what's holding them back? But yo, that was super good. What is up, Sam? Good to see you here, bro. Happy New Year. The show. Oh yes, that's true. I remember that. That's super funny. At, that was phenomenal, bro. That was absolutely phenomenal. Oh my God. It's already no, it's not yet. What time is it to Paul? It is 9 p.m. So he only got a couple hours left until the new year in the UK. Oh, it's 7 p.m. It's on the winter time. He has a couple more hours. Bro, that is so good. That is so good. Yeah, so that's my thing for you people. I challenge you. I tell you should do it. Definitely get out there and record yourself a video every day. And again, no one has to see it but you. I have some notes of things that I will talk about in some upcoming videos. That analogy was painfully real. Dang, Paul, still working. Hey, you got time, Paul. You got enough time to get your beer on. But if you didn't pick up anything well, I guess today's video will be about 61 videos in a row and sort of what I learned. But I can tell you a couple that I think are super big. You cannot, listen clearly, you cannot hope a channel into existence. It just doesn't work. You need to understand that you will prep more than you actually shoot. There's a lot of more prep work into it than you think. You don't have to be crazy prep work, but even if you do the simplest prep work, which I've been doing in order to keep it flowing, and then going back to something that was asked a couple weeks ago about keeping it going when maybe you don't feel like it, is this is huge. Systems is better than, system trumps, system is greater than, systems are stronger than motivation. If you have a system in place, it becomes sort of easy. And you don't realize it, but you do this now, right? So, not all of you. 6 o'clock, it's late, gotta eat dinner. Your system is McDonald's drive-thru. For some people, that becomes 3-4 times a week. I'm busy. McDonald's, Jack in the Box, Taco Bell, Chick-fil-A, whatever it is that works in your neighborhood, right? That becomes your system, right? Somebody says something stupid, piss you off, you are feeling some type of way. Your system is go outside, grab a smoke. Your system is go to the cabinet, get a little taste. Old granddad, Pepsi, right? X calls you up, says something heinous, makes you mad. Your system is get a cheesecake. And see, so systems for a long time have trumped your motivation. For a little kid, when you're a little teeny wee lad, your mama told you to use the damn potty. But you were having fun, you were fully engaged, you weren't ready to leave what you were doing, and you're like, I still got a diaper, I can just use this, so I don't have to leave from where the entertainment is. And then your mom would yell at you later because you're supposed to be old enough to walk over to the potty and do your business, but you had a system in place that wasn't too much work, so I'm going to just use this. And boys take longer than girls to figure this out for some reason. We have the most mess that we can create because we have outside parts that can get covered in, never mind. But for some reason it takes us longer. But yeah, the system. So one of the biggest things I would say from my 61 days of shooting this video is basically having a system in place. So I know what I'm going to say. Make the thumbnail. While I'm making the thumbnail, I am thinking of the points that I'm going to come through. If it's a point that's been in my head for a long time, we're good. If it's not a point that's been in my head a long time, I just scratched out some notes. Normally, throughout the day, I would have scratched out some notes because normally I try to figure out what I'm going to talk about early on, and then I just give myself a day to think about it. And then I sit down, I record my video. Bingo, bango, pickle, mango. She's done. If I did it really well and I know it's not going to require a lot of editing, I can just take the audio file, send it to Auphonic. If I'm going to edit because I'm going to stick in pictures or jokes or something else like I tend to do, then I save that. I bring it in the Final Cut, chop, chop, chop. Once I'm done chopping, I export the audio file, send it to Auphonic. Auphonic spits back a audio file, where's browser? Bingo. Auphonic spits back the audio file and the transcript. So I download this audio file and this transcript. And then I shoot it over to Claude. In Claude, I have the transcript. I just give it the transcript. Claude generates this. These are BS, by the way. So if I'm in a rush, I just send it. I go back in and change it later. If I'm not in a rush, I'll do it the right way in Final Cut like I showed you in one of the videos. But it has all of this. I just take this and I get ready to go to my upload. I have my thummies all chilling over here. And now this document has 97 thumbs. I gotta throw some out because you can only have 99 in here. But look, these are all thumbs. Even the thumbs got better over the time, right? Even the thumbs got cooler as the day went by. You know, so that's the system. Like when you have your system in place, you can just sit down and handle your business. I did not batch anything. I should. I know I should. And Mary Lou told me to. And I'm like, she's put me on it that in January I'm going to have no choice, which is true because I'm traveling. But here, I'm going to come back to this conversation in 1 second, Kat. I want to hear what you guys say, okay? Luis, I love you, brother. Jackass. Oh, where's Wixie right now? I need Stephen Wicks over here. Minnie said I make my own English muffin sandwiches to remind myself I have food at home. I think it works in the free. I have been on paid forever, but let me remind you about the paid Auphonic situation. Let me flip back. If I come to the funds over here and you go to pricing, I want you to remember this. You don't have to do monthly. You can buy bucket credits, right? And you get 2 more months all the time. But you can absolutely buy credits in a bucket, which means you just spend $25, you fill up the bucket, and you use the bucket until it's done, right? So I didn't know the question. Recurrent monthly credits are used first, and then the one-time. All right, that makes more sense. So yeah, if you decide to buy one-time credits, you can just say, I'm going to spend $25 on this. It's going to give you a handful of hours. Oh, it tells you right here. You can spend, you get 10 hours for $22, right? So you just use them up until you use them, and you come back. And they will give you 2 free on top of this. So you're going to get those 2 free every month and whatever. So my bucket, I have 25 hours, and the last time I bought credits was, I mean, and this is every day. Like, these are just videos every day. But the last time I bought credits was probably like 3 months ago. So yeah, it takes longer because most of these videos are 10 minutes, right? So it's 6 videos to get to 1 hour. You know what I mean? So yeah. Anyway, and then let me get back to use Final Cut for the captions, but I want to submit to GPT for chapter markings. Yeah, Final Cut doesn't. I don't remember if Final Cut exports a full transcript. You can use Glasp for free on your browser, but also Mac Whisper. Yeah. Cheesecake is an inside joke, Kathy. Anyway, so let me go back to this batching thing. What I think, this is my personal opinion, and I'm not saying that batching is wrong. If that works for you and it makes you create content, batch yourself silly. I think a lot of people use the batching excuse as trying to find another way to not have to do the work, if that makes sense. It doesn't make sense?
No.
Okay. It makes sense to me. Like to me, if you're batching, if you're
Well,
okay, huh?
break it down. Break it down as to why you think that way. Don't
I don't
just
know.
say it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, okay. So it doesn't make sense to me because it seems like you say, I want to wait till Sunday to batch this content for the week so I can create these 7 videos. And then Sunday comes and your dad wants you to go to the family reunion. So now you missed your batching day. So you're like, okay, next week I got to get to Sunday so I can batch more. On the next Sunday, are you going to make 14 videos? Maybe you're only making 2 on the Sunday. Are you going to make 4 the next Sunday? Then the next Sunday comes along, it's holiday, it's weekend, it's Super Bowl, it's something. So then you're in week 3, and that means on Sunday 3, you technically need to make 6 videos. And then so one thing, the batching works if you have the discipline to actually batch on the days that you say you're going to batch. But I know a whole bunch of people who are in our crew who have been talking about batching forever because it's the only way that they have time to make videos. And then when they skip a batch, they never come. They just never come. So that's why I say that. For people like Lou, who can sit down and create 5 videos in 15 minutes, I think that level of batching is incredible. I watched her do it. I sat there and stared at her. Me and Brad was like, did you see that? He goes, yeah. Like, how'd she do that? I don't know. And she's like, how'd I do what? I was like, we just sat there and watched you make all these videos. It took like 15 minutes. Soda got hot. I'm sitting there holding the can of LaCroix in my hand, just like dumbfounded, watching her work. Like, you know that condensation just dripping straight down the arm because it's Vegas? Just like, oh, shit. She's done it live, bro. We've seen her do it. If you got that game and you are legit and you put out what she puts out, batch yourself to death. But I think a whole bunch of people will see Kathy's comment as an excuse. And like when it come time to batch, they're not ready. So, yeah, I know I probably should, and I'm gonna have no choice but to get there sooner or later because I'm trying to do this course. But to me, it's a little bit hard.
No, you just made it sound like it was bad to batch. That's the way it sounded.
Okay, good. Because I wasn't trying to say that.
Explained it that way.
Yeah, okay.
But really, the thing is people just got to stop gaslighting themselves.
Y'all let her come on the show today. Y'all are in trouble.
I mean,
you're right. You're not wrong in any way, shape, or form.
That's just how it goes. Because I had that realization this year. Like, I'm gaslighting myself. I am my greatest enemy.
Facts. 100% facts. 100% facts. Look, here is a person, again, who is qualified to make mental assessments. And even with that knowledge and training, he's like, I got to stop overthinking it and get it out of my head. You understand that? Like, it is real. It is real. And no one's going to tell you that it's not. We're not trying to take that away from you. But I've said this 100 times. Take it back. I think there used to be a song, and maybe that's where I got it from, or just something that my grandpa and my uncle used to say. Ain't nothing to it but to do it. It's inevitable, like death and taxes. If you really want, if you don't want to do it, just don't. Just fess up. Tell yourself you don't. Figure out how you can be a supporting cast. If you just like hanging with the crew, if you like being around here, there's a lot of work you can do to be a supporting cast. Strick talked about it on the stream the other day. You can be a remote producer, you can be an editor, you can be moderator, you can do all myriad sorts of things. You know? Freaking Jeff. Yes. So listen, it makes sense for some of us. Not everyone, but definitely some of us who are avoiding something. And yeah, so that's what that is. I've come to the realization, and I don't know how to express this probably as well, Carlos, as maybe you would. And what I just did. See what I just did? stop qualifying. We're not selling shit. Well, in this case, stop qualifying. I catch myself qualifying all the time, and I hate it. Yeah, no qualifying. Never mind what I just said about my thought of this won't be as good as yours. My thought is my thought. I don't give a F whether it's as good as yours or not. When you dig deep and you try to figure out what it is that's holding you back, at some point you have to come to the realization that it's you. And what happens is, if you dig into your self-talk, I got to make this make sense. Paul, what is one of the self-talk things that you say to yourself that you just know you need to stop telling yourself?
Nobody is going to like that.
Okay.
Or nobody wants to hear what I have to say.
All right. So I think all of us Gen Xers, and even though you're a boomy, actually you might be older than boomer. What came before boomers? Cavemen. I'm joking. That no one needs to hear from me. Nobody wants to hear from you. Nobody's going to care. When you dig deep, that conversation came from someone else. And it's hard to figure out what that is. But mom, grandma, dad, uncle, ex, somebody told you that. Somebody told you that what you have to say was useless or not important. Even after we've gotten, this is funny, because not funny, this is peculiar. Even after you've gotten rid of that person, or that person is no longer around, even after you have gone through the therapy. I mean, you sat on Carlos's couch and he told you did all of the work, you did all of the worksheets, you powered through, you had the breakthrough, the whole nine. When it comes back, that is you. Most of the self-talk and self-sabotage is us doing to ourselves what some abuser did to us before.
Yep.
My technique, everybody's technique is different. My technique is to turn the voice into Lisa Simpson because it's comical at that point. When I get the unwanted, useless, not good enough conversation, I figured out exactly where it came from. And before, I used to actually hear it in that person's voice. And when that person died, that voice turned into my voice. And it held me back for years. And then somebody told me to turn the voice into Lisa Simpson. And now that voice is like, bitch, please. But if you think about it deeply, when we have these thoughts, you are saying to yourself whatever your mental abuser used to say to you back in the day. So even for a professional like Carlos, at some point in time, maybe in the school, one of the teachers or one of the classmates that you're competing against in class, especially being a person of color going through a medical degree, one of the rich kids, somebody in your class or your teachers or somebody said to you that you don't deserve to be a clinician, and you had to start taking yourself seriously so you can prove to them that you are better than them, because people of color, we do that, especially in I call them alphabet positions, where you're PhD or MBA or CPA or whatever, ATTY. We have to work harder in order to find the ground. And then so the way we normally work harder is show up as the most serious, show up as the most professional, because they won't take you seriously otherwise. And now you've put all of that excess baggage on yourself, and it's not you. And you know that better than I do, but boom. We need to be honest with ourselves. If we're avoiding by vaccine. Yep. Can you really say you're ready for 2025. Oh, Jeff is testing something new that we're working on, and it should work. It should work. Yo, B, good to see you, bro. I leave on the 13th, so it might have to wait till I come back, but we got to go grab food. One thing that I'm making for my year this year is I got my people that I ride and die with, like Brady, to just go have lunch like once or twice a month with my friends that are still around. I lost like 10 people this year. Just like I know, Paul, y'all didn't warn us. After 50, you get a friend die like once a month.
Yep.
You wish you had told me that. That's crazy, bro. It sneaks up. All right, so the greatest generation was before the boomers. So many are living under survival and protected lives of others. We need to take personal responsibility, yes, and make those corrections. 100%. We are hearing, and we are repeating stuff that somebody else said to us just a long time ago. And is once you get past that, like, yeah. I think the last one I want to leave you with, and this kind of goes on to what you just said a minute ago too, Paul. If you think that nobody wants to hear from you, it's because you might have the thought process that you're not interesting. But if you want to be interesting, you have to be interested. And so I've talked about this, but I think it's something that people just need to wrap their head around. If you go to the other portions of, say, YouTube, and you act like you care what these other people are creating, and you get involved in their communities, and you go and talk in their circles, and you create, how do I describe this in an easier way? If you be the viewer that you want your viewers to be, you got a better chance of getting those viewers for yourself. Does that make sense? Did I mess that up, AT?
No, you actually got that one right.
All right, because it doesn't spin right in my head. Because sometimes I get stuck. Trying to spin it right in my head. So I know people who want this engagement on their channel. I'm like, but how do you engage on somebody else's channel?
Yeah.
Right? Because they say, Alicio, he didn't make it up, but he says the most, so it sticks. But they say that your vibe attracts your tribe.
Your tribe.
So if you want good, positive, engaged viewers coming to your channel, then be that. When you act out that behavior, people will see that that's your behavior, and then they will give it back to you. Right? When you throw out nasty hate and vitriol, people give you nasty hate and vitriol, and then you become a victim, and then you seem like it's always coming to you, right? All this bad stuff is coming to you. This bad social media is coming to you. These arguments in the internet are coming to you because that's what you're putting out. And believe it or not, what you put out comes back to you exponentially.
Yep.
So if you put out kindness, if you put out patience, AT, if you put out grace, it comes back to you. And this is a struggle to this day. Like, it's a struggle to me to this day. I go in the Facebook group and instantly challenge my grace. Because people be coming for Ken and Glenn like they don't work hard to make this software as dope as it is. People act like it's free. People act like it's easy. People act like they don't go out of their way to give you the best possible opportunity to win. And so I get real defensive. And also, as the person who has to make all the content creation and training, somebody comes in, I went searching for the answer to this question and I couldn't find it nowhere. And then my answer to that is to go find the 7 videos on YouTube and link. And it feels good for a minute. And then I'm like, oh, they're probably going to email Katie and says I was being a smartass. Yeah, I was being a smartass, bitch, because you said that there's no content on this, and I just found you 7 videos without even looking because I know they exist. But I have to learn to leave those to Paul and Daniel and Andy because I'm going to come in hot. Like, you're not trying to get an answer. You're trying to show up like a little bitch and complain that somebody's not force feeding you something, but you didn't try to solve the problem for yourself. So you would think so, Carlos. This is super funny. You would think so. I was talking with Carrie yesterday. She decided to go on a walkabout with me yesterday. And so we were walking through the neighborhood, and I was talking with her, and then she said, yeah, when people get to know you, they know that it's coming from a good place, but it shouldn't take that. And I was like, you sound like Alicia. That's exactly what I told her, verbatim. I was like, you sound like Alicia. And then she was like, what? I was like, because I was telling her about, sort of I graded myself on grace. I gave myself a C-. I'm like, it was better than getting an F, but I definitely, Alicia had to go in the chat sometimes, capital GRACE, and then with that smirk on her face. So when I finally read the comment, I'm like, what? And then I realized, okay, yeah, I might have went left. So yeah, I graded myself on my theme from last year. I give myself a C-, hardcore, and I'm a straight A student because my mama would beat my ass. If I came home with a C- in grace, my mom would whoop my ass. So I know I still got work to do, but they're right. Alicia and Karen are both right. It shouldn't take for somebody to know me to know that correction. I just got to be better at letting them be where they're at. Just give them the answer and then give them the reminder that these answers exist instead of taking it personal that they just insist on being lazy. Because I can't fix lazy. Lazy person of their age has been lazy their whole life. Why you shake your head? What happened?
No, I'm agreeing with you. You can't fix lazy. It's like you can't fix stupid.
Yeah.
Ignorant you can educate. Stupid you can't do nothing with.
I be trying I be trying so hard to fix stupid.
You can't fix stupid.
How does your life reflect the anti-victimhood mindset? Yo, this is very good. Hey, I don't know you well, but I love your approach. Thank you, Taisha. Thank you. You might listen. I'm brutal, but I swear I mean it. I just want the best out of people, man. I feel like it's too easy to think that we're all having a hard time, and a lot of it is self-inflicted. And I know this because I did it. And so, having come through on the other side and still fight with it, by the way, it's something that you have to struggle with. So going back to Carlos's question, first of all, thank you for being here. I really appreciate you. You can come and hang out with LGL. We do this every Tuesday, Saturday. Come through. How does your life reflect the anti-victimhood mindset? Once I discovered what victimhood looks like, probably at a young age, I don't know what it was for me, but I didn't like it. I really, really, really didn't like it. And I think I've always tried to go out of my way to make sure that it didn't manifest itself in my life. That said, there's definitely times where I have taken it too far and overcorrected. So for a long time, I believed the lie about you just need to buckle up and pick yourselves up by the bootstraps.
I hate that saying.
So
Sorry.
do I, because
I hate
at
that
the
saying.
time, here's why I believe the lie. I'll tell you why I believe the lie, and then I'll explain how I came to my senses. I believe the lie because when I was hearing that the most was 81, 82, 83. At that time, I was going to a rather prestigious school. But I went to that rather prestigious school because I was the fastest person in my state, because I was a hell of a safety, and because I was a hell of a left winger. So I could win that prestigious school more prestige as far as trophies because of his athlete. I was one of maybe 10 black students in this school. Somehow, all of us were athletes. So what they was doing was buying titles. Everybody else was rich or rich-ish. You know, a lot of people sort of like Paul see, you know, service businesses that just did really well, right? Like my sort of adopted family in high school were plumbers, and they did plumbing construction and drain cleaning. And then so one of my first jobs in school was helping Uncle Douglas do drain cleanings in the winter. That's 185 an hour to unclog a frozen drain. And to get paid like 70 bones an hour in high school, where everybody, all my kids in the hood, like they family ain't had $75 at all. I caught this weird thought that how can I be in high school making more than somebody else's parents in my same projects? Because I did the work. They ain't trying. If you want a job, you can get a job. No, I got handed that job because I was best friends with his son. You know what I mean? Or you ain't trying because you're not good in school. Well, I was good in school because we had electricity, we had light, and I had a mom who graduated college. So, although my father wasn't in the home, my dad wasn't in jail either. He left on his own accord, that asshole. So, I had the job, I had the good education, I had the mom who didn't have any mental problems, so her mental problem was a slipper or a switch. And I had sisters who were brilliant as well, but brilliant by the household that we had. So I had 3 hots in the cot. I had heat. And we weren't rich. We were still poor. But by the time I got to high school, I learned how to earn my own money. And I used to be like, how do these other people who are grown ass people couldn't do it? Right? I didn't realize at the time, this is exactly, right? I was token for a school. I covered their affirmative action / whatever, look good in paper. You know, we're not the racist school thing. The bad side of it is I put up with a lot of racist jokes and shit when I was in school. I put up a lot of hate and vitriol and micro racism, even worse, which I didn't know about until I got older. But I put up with a lot of the small, like, these are just black jokes, and oh, you're one of the good ones. Oh, you're not like the rest of them kind of comments. So I believed in that whole bootstrap shit. But you know what? It's hard to pick yourself up by the bootstraps when you ain't got no boots.
There you go.
When you barefooted it in.
There you go.
You know what I mean?
Because I always reply, how you going to pull yourself up by your bootstraps when you don't have no boot and you don't have no straps?
Yeah.
Somebody supplied it, so you didn't do it by yourself. Somebody gave you the boots and somebody gave you the straps. You just did work.
Right.
But you didn't do it by yourself.
No.
That's the fallacy in the statement. Is that's the fallacy in the statement is that you did it on your own. No, somebody provided the boots and the straps. You just did the work to pull them up.
Yep.
You have a part in it, but you didn't do it alone.
Well, even
and that's why we have an obligation to get back.
Right. Even having the ability to work out in a relatively elite gym, to have sports scientists and sport nutritionists at school when I was in like the 9th and 10th grade, like getting to where I got in sports even had to do with starting with better equipment. Like I ran one season with jacked up spikes. Actually, take that back. The first season I ran with no spikes. And they're like, how come you ain't got no spikes? It's like, I don't know. Well, you got to get some spikes. You need that. That'll make you faster. Cool. Mom, I need to get some spikes. Go to the store. Foot Locker. Hey, I need some spikes. What size? 8.5, 9. All right, pull them out, try them on. Oh, these are dope. Mom's like, how much are these? We're talking 1981. Oh, $89. My mom's exact words. In, please. And I was like, what? And then I go back, and then
the hard R.
The hard R. There was no A. There was 2 R's, capital. I go back, and then coach said, how come you didn't get no spikes? Yeah, man, listen. I'm one of those kids that are here to make the school look good. We ain't got that kind of money. And coach was like, okay. Phone call. Next day I show up to school, spikes sitting on my chair. Where these came from? Oh, one of the boosters. One of the rich people that they want their kid to win the mile relay. Their kid was on our team. They can swing $89 shoes in $89 in 81 might as well be $250 today or something like that. I don't know what the calculation is. I'm gonna guess it's around $250, $300. Right? So that was covered. Tracksuits covered. Everything. First time they opened the locker, they were like, excuse me, can you come to the principal's office? Yes. What exactly is this? It's oregano. No, it is not. Why do you have this at school? Somebody had told me to hold it. All right. Coach comes in. Yo, we're going against our rival this weekend. He's running third. Okay, no detention, no nothing. Don't bring that mess to school no more. Any other place, expelled, kicked out of school, whatever. But I didn't realize those things that I had in my favor as a wee lad. And so, yeah, I'm a little different about it at this point, in trying to understand to let people be where they're at. It's something that I work on a daily basis, but it's oh, see, I was close, man. He said it's 2:26 today. Damn, Paul be quick with the Google bus. Paul be mad quick. Holy goodness. All right, Paul C., wake up now. Go ahead and take a little swig of your beer. I'm gonna teach you something real quick because I know you like this kind of thing. I was just messing around before we came to class. Look, is that a Carlsberg? Oh man, they used to sponsor Liverpool. I'm gonna kick you out of the damn show right now. They used to be all up on the front of the Liverpool jersey. I wouldn't even taste it. I never drank one. I never will, just because of that. Anyway, I'm gonna show you something, Paul C, because I know you like this kind of thing. But I just had a crazy idea, and I said, here, I'm gonna give you context. From doing the videos over the last couple of months, I legit have 61 transcripts from all of those videos. Okay, is all of this making sense yet? So, let me drop one. I'm just pick a random one and drop it into this window here on YouTube. That did not work. This is also not YouTube. That's called the browser, dummy. Okay, I'm gonna go to my browser real quick so I can just show you what it looks like. All right, so here is the transcript in the browser. Just, a bunch of text. The simple little text files. Oh, shit. Hold on real fast. Karen! 1 second. What did I do that for? Small? Paul, you got to keep him busy for 1 second. I'll be back. Sorry, it's important.
Talk amongst yourself.
Hey, Paul,
Yes.
you use the script.
Uh-huh.
What do you like about it? Because I'm trying to figure out, because I'm trying to create a system to batch my podcast episodes, and I tried out the Glean that Doc talked about a couple weeks ago, and I like it for the standpoint that take out all the silences, but that's pretty much all it does. You're not doing anything extra in there right now.
I use a limited set of this script because most of the time, what's he got? Oh, he's got food. Most of the time, I use it for kind of cleaning up as far as like fixing the transcripts and stuff like that, going through and that. And I have a love-hate relationship because it used to work fantastic, and now it's starting to do weird stuff. I've done some stuff for Ecamm where I brought it in. It does a horrible job now with music because it kind of doesn't know what to do sometimes with the music stuff. And then in the midst of my transcript, it's got some totally different conversation that's all messed up. And then I have to go back in and fix it. And it only allows you to fix so many characters at a time. So then you have to kind of go in and grab out a section of text. And after you've typed out what it really says, type in the new text, and then keep playing around. So it's good. I don't use it a lot for the editing stuff that a lot of people use it for. But I have a love-hate relationship with the script. When it works,
I
it's
knew you
great.
was talking about the script. Keep going.
But there are times where it's just a nightmare.
Okay. No, we were talking about. I'm working on creating a system to do batching for my podcast, and I'm trying to make it simple in the beginning, and then as that system gets normalized, then add a little bit more spice, piece by piece. But right now, I tried out Glean, and I like the way it automatically just takes out all the spaces and stuff like that. But if you want to do anything else, it really doesn't do it.
First off, for your podcast, and Paul, don't run away because I'm going to show you what I'm going to show you. First off, for your podcast, in the beginning, don't over edit. Just don't even worry about it. And just tell people in the beginning, I don't even think you need to tell people. They just know you're just starting. They know it's going to get better. I think that's just automatic. So if you try to come out the gate fully glossed, it will cause you to struggle and then make you hate it. So just put it out and be like, you could even say, Hey, thank you for listening. Thank you for bearing with me. I'm building my system right now. This will get better. But, just like a soft opening for a restaurant. You could put it in your comments. You could put it in your show notes, whatever. You'd be like, this is the soft opening for the podcast. Because I need to do this enough times to figure out a system to make it become better. For right now, here's the content. But I don't even know if you really got to make that excuse. I think you can just put it out there and people know that it's going to get better. At least
We're all on the
right
journey
out
together.
the gate, the LGL fam will come and check you out. So you're going to have something. You won't be starting with nothing because you got family. Now, as you go through your system, you'll realize, here's the thing that's funny for me. Over the last 61 days of videos, I edit way less. I purposely stopped doing it in order to set a tone for you guys. You know what no one has said in any of the videos in the comment? The editing on this video sucks. Or you didn't edit enough. I was editing to match my contemporaries, all my filmmaker bros. Like, I have the misfortune of most of my creator friends being of the filmmaker / camera sect. I am
You were
friends with
editing. You
Tom
were a
Buck and
perfectionist.
what do you say, P?
I said you edit because you're a perfectionist.
Yeah, so I had to stop that. But like my circle of friends is Tom Buck, Gerald Undone, Sidney DeYoung's Brandon Washington. Like I cruise with the camera cats. You know what I'm saying? Go ahead, Tyson. Go ahead and ask your question at any given time. How you doing? Cuz good to see you here, family. And yes, Brant, I love it. It is the coolest thing ever. Anyway, so I had to remind myself that my audience isn't the young Gen Z / young millennial, trying to make aesthetic videos holding a cup of coffee blog. That ain't my audience. So why am I editing my videos like that? My audience is a bunch of old gits about to retire, 518 days away from retiring. Did I get that right, Kathy? 514. I got it. 514 days away from retirement. So they don't need to see all of that crazy editing, because the reason why they tell you to edit like that, AT, as you know, is people on YouTube will tell you need to edit that way for retention. And so the guys who are in my age group who edit that way, they get young people in their audience who can't afford to buy any of the stuff that they're talking about. And then all the complaints are, oh, this is expensive. This is expensive. This is expensive. Tom Buck, love my brother to death, will make a video about a $200 microphone, and the whole chat in the comments will be like, this mic is expensive. I'm sitting here with my foot resting on a $4,000 mic, and people in his chat are complaining that a $200 mic is expensive. Because when you edit your video to match the Gen Z mentality, you will get Gen Z. Not there's nothing wrong with it. I'm just telling you what you're going to get. You're going to get the Gen Z audience who can't afford to buy shit. And so your whole comment is hate, vitriol, jealousy, and noise, because that's the mindset of a 20-something-year-old male. Right? Let's be honest with you. That's even the bigger mind. I'm a straight victim. The whole world is coming to get me is the absolute mindset of a 20-something-year-old. Sorry, I'm not talking about you, Sammy. We love you. That is the mindset of a 20-something-year-old white male in America. Is the whole planet is out to get me. I can't get no girls because the world hate me. I can't get a job because the world hate me. I can't buy a house because the world hate me. And it's like, you're top of the food chain complaining. So I realized that our people can't even focus if the video is moving that quick. You yourself have sat there and be like, Doc, you need to slow down. I'm going to punch you in the knees. You yourself have said that.
Yeah.
So I switched my editing style for Alicia. Because you are my audience. You are my family. I switched my editing style for Paul. Because Paul would DM me and be like, listen, you old fat fuck, you're going too fast. I didn't understand that. What is the exact prompt? Can you send me a screenshot? I was like, do you want me to send the screenshot in British, you dick? But Paul would DM me all the time. He's like, bro, I tried to watch it, but you went too quick. Like, what was that again? Right? And because of the time zone, it's normally 2 a.m. when I get this DM from Paul, but it's okay. I love him anyway, jerk. So, I adjusted my style to match you guys, and so I will get to see more of you guys. And Sammy's even correct. Like that style of like the hyper editing junk is over. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I'm just talking basic editing because I used the Gleam that you showed us just to take out the spaces because that was like quicker than trying to put it in Final Cut and do it myself.
Yep.
I was just wondering, once I do that, do I just put it in Final Cut, take out the audio, put it in Auphonic, fix it back up, and then just upload it from there?
100%.
Because I'm not talking about doing all the stuff you were showing us with the sound design and all that kind of stuff. That's for later, because I do like a little of that stuff. But right now, I just want to get past, because they say most don't get past episode 3 or 4.
Honey.
So I want to make sure I get past that.
100%. You're correct. You're on point. So if
Okay.
you just take it in Gling, space it out,
Okay.
use the padding slider in Gling to make sure you don't overcut, so you don't, and then like that, because it can do
Okay.
that. You know what I'm saying? So
All right.
adjust the padding till you got it about how you like it. Open that XML in Final Cut, export audio only, and take the audio only file, send it to Auphonic, bring that audio only file back, turn down the top track like I showed you guys in Rolls the other day, and then export it
Okay.
again. And it's gravy.
Okay.
I wish Auphonic just made a freaking Final Cut plugin, bro. I'm like, bro, listen, I will help you I've raised a lot of money in venture capital. I will help you raise a Series A, B, and C fund in order for you to make a Final Cut plugin for Auphonic. Because it used to be Auphonic Desktop. I paid $90 for it because all I had to do was like export the Final Cut file, drop the WAV file, pull it right back. When M1 came out, M1 broke it. And then he was like, it's better if I do it on the web. And he's right. The reason why he made it web only was not to be an a-hole, because he's a really nice guy. It's because, believe it or not, my Auphonic uploads teaches your Auphonic uploads how to better remove sound. So the fact that we're uploading this audio publicly, it learns better what a pile driver sounds like, or what a purring cat sounds like, or what an air conditioner sounds like from everybody's different air conditioners. So it knows what to remove. It's machine learning. That's AI. Auphonic's almost 20 years old. That's how long AI been really doing that work, but people don't really understand that. We not working. We having fun. We having fun. And then I was coming to you, Tyson. Listen, two things to know before you. I know you turned off your audio monitor, but let me show you this because this is super important and it's something that folks need to just remember.
You gotta fix Paul first.
We'll pause. Wait.
No, you said you had something.
Oh,
to
that was a
Paul.
long explanation, so it's coming. This one's a short explanation.
Okay.
Okay. So Tyson.
I don't want to get Paul left out. That's all.
No,
I don't want to be
leaving him.
fixed.
Not you, the
No.
other Paul. The other Paul
The
that's
other
over
Paul.
here laughing in the corner. Listen, so this is very important. Notice this. When I am talking, I'm gonna bring this right over here so you can see it. When I'm talking, the only thing that is moving is Rodecaster Pro Chat. This little occasional bump up and down, that's Paul's breathing because he's old. But it's not, you can't hear it. Okay? Ooh, hey, Paul. Hey, call me after this. Anyway, so
Darth
as
Vader,
long
you are
as-
not.
as long as when you're talking, the only thing moving is your mic. It might not be Rodecaster. It might be whatever you're using. You're fine. When your guests talk, either in interview or Zoom, they should be the only one moving. So one of you guys, please give a soliloquy, and I'll be quiet.
I
What
can't
is
breathe.
that on your face, Paul? Oh my
I
goodness.
put a clothespin on my nose so I didn't breathe out my nose.
that's why it sounds so loud. Look at the size of that nose. But you notice that when, dude, I can't talk, dude. I got a pretty huge hunker myself. When the people in the Zoom or interview are talking, their line should be the only one moving. If yours moves when they talk, that is when you have slap back, which everyone calls echo. It drives me nuts. But that is when you have that sound. So if you're having that problem, it's normally because one of them means they would have the stream up or something of that nature. So the fastest way to check where it's coming from is to look at this little window right here. And if it's bouncing when they're talking, that's where it would come from. So I can't force mine to do this anymore, but yeah, that's what that is. And listening to audio monitor up here, you should never, ever have this on. It's only on for you to check and turn it right back off. It's not supposed to stay on. That audio monitor thing would just jack people up. It's only to see that the sound's working. There you go. Okay, so let me do Paul's thing real quick. Why's my thing not scrolling? Thought it was broccoli. Why is Mary Lou got to come here and cause trouble? Roy, okay. So listen, Paul, listen.
He's just trying to help you stay regular.
Yeah, I'm about to do this. Let me get my chat GPT up. So I was showing you guys in the browser, this is what a transcriptee looks like. And then I have this folder right now from doing 61 videos that legit has 61 transcripts from all of these videos to which I had did. So I went over to GPT. I'll use the web version instead of this other version. And I was like, I mean, ask this thing a stupid question and see what I get. So this is brilliant. Here is my thing. My question was, I have a bunch of transcripts from my recent YouTube videos. What are some good prompts I could use to have you help me make better content using the information from these transcripts? Before I get to the results of this test, do you understand what I just did? I told the LLM a scenario. I didn't give it any information. And I said, how can you help me? People are like, well, I'm not a prompt engineer. I don't know how to make it. I went from it as if I'm dumb. I'll take that back. I went from it as if I'm uninitiated. I know how to write the prompt, by the way. I can write the prompt myself, but I wanted to see what it would say. Okay? I've been studying this prompt engineering thing for quite a minute. Yeah. The simple explanation, the reason why it's called slapback in that echo is if you say something, and as soon as you say it, it comes back, that is a slapback. An echo, sounds like this. That's the difference. Okay. I'm done. Y'all are tripping. That's the difference between slapback and echo. Anyway, so this was some of the ideas that Homegirl came up with. That's right. I'm giving Chad a sex change this year. I'm going to change her name to something else. I'm making Chad a her because I'm tired of talking to him. Maybe Claude is Claudine. And Paul, I need a good trans name for Chad. Anyway. I didn't know I did this by accident. I'll try it the other way just to see. I did use the O1 method. We'll try this prompt on a couple of different ones just so you can see. But just to give you some idea, it was like, certainly, leveraging your YouTube transcripts can provide you valuable insights to enhance your content. Here are several prompt ideas, categorizing them by purpose to help you further make the most of your transcripts. Now, the reason why I pointed out these models is I don't remember if these models are available to free people. I do have ChatGPT Pro, but, you know, I'll check it on this one. I know for a fact is free. I can check it. All of us have Pro, so that's probably not going to help us. Anyway, content analysis and improvement. Identify strengths and weaknesses. Here's the prompt. The prompt is analyze I'm going to put this in the chat if it fits. You named yours Jane. I like that. Jane, stop this crazy thing. Okay, so I'll put the prompt there just so you guys can steal it if you wish. Um, Analyze the transcripts of a YouTube video titled Video Title. What are the strengths and weaknesses in terms of content delivery, engagement, and information clarity? Bingo. Review the following transcripts and suggest ways I can make the content clearer and more concise for my audience. Uh-oh, I'm about to get my job replaced from ChatGPT. Look at that. Determine audience interest level. Based on the transcript, what topics and segments do you think resonate the most with my audience? Insert the transcript. Boom. Analyze video transcript and suggest strategies to increase audience interactions, such as questions, call to actions to include. Bingo. Look at these. These are just gold. Gold. If you happen to have Text Sniper in Set app, you can just snatch these right off the screen. If there's, I'll see if I'll put it out in a list and I'll throw these in Discord somewhere. I'm having a thought here. Paul, can you do me a quick flavor? If you take this, Chatette, that doesn't count. If you take this and see if you can see it, like, or if it shows up as hidden, I'm curious. One of you two Pauls can try this. Using the themes and topics of my recent transcript suggests 5 new video ideas. They both said no, so that doesn't work. Good idea. 5 new ideas for, look at that. That's just gangster. What if I do this? Ooh, a lot of be shown in web searches. Come on, I didn't know you could do that. See, we out here learning things because both of these two old people over here shake their head no. Brent, I've tried this. I'm working on something for this because it's kind of junk. And then Kathy showed me a cool app that was in, what's it called, Paul? Video to blog, but it was a special. And I missed the special. And then I've been trying to figure out a way to do it ever since without giving them $100 a month. But yeah, anyway.
The link you put in is the 404 page.
It comes up 404 even after I did that?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we're going to try this one more again. Copy this link.
It worked for me.
Oh, it worked for Paul. You might have your VPN turned on.
Nope.
Oh, Roy says it worked.
It doesn't like foreigners.
That's possible.
Try. Did you click the link straight from Zoom or did you copy and paste it?
No, Zoom.
I just clicked on it and it opened.
I'm gonna DM it to you in Discord after. If not, I'll just give you the printout. Anyway, so going down the list, it says optimize for search engine, analyze these transcripts, right, and come up with that. There's another one based on the content from this transcript. Recommend optimize titles and descriptions to enhance searchability. I've actually done this already with some of these. Script flow, you can review your script. Hooks and transitions. Identify areas in the transcript where hooks or smoother transitions could be added to maintain viewer interest. We're going to try this one because I'm weird and I am curious. So, sorry. When something catches my interest, I'm doing it right then and there. Okay. Oh, Roy said you got to be logged in to ChatGPT. So make sure you're logged in first.
I'm Gemini.
Oh, well then, yeah, it ain't going to work. Oh, but you know what? Hold that thought, Paul. We're going to try this prompt in Gemini too, since you want to be like that. And you my friend, I'll be nice to you just once. You bitch.
Ooh, it must be New Year.
It must be a new year. Stupid. So I'm going to attach this file and I'm going to upload from the computer. And then I'm going to go and get my misogi one we just talked about yesterday because it's fresh in my head. Okay. And then go. Analyzing. Oh, yeah. So depending on which model you use, the analysis will take longer. If you use like O1, it will do more advanced reasoning, which works really good. Ooh, okay. So yesterday's video, the hook was, what if I told you you could do one thing, just one thing that would positively impact your year, maybe even positively impact your life? It says, while intriguing, it could benefit from more specific, emotionally engaging hook. For example, imagine transforming your year and your life with just a single decision. Sounds too good to be true? Let me show you how. This is actually a better hook. Damn you, son. That is actually a better hook. Come on. Come on. Yo. That is, wow. Wow. Yo. All right. You guys can cancel my channel and just ask Chad. I am now fired. Because that is so good. Stop laughing, Paul. See, that shit's not that funny.
I was just thinking everything happens, good in the new year.
Shut up, Paul. Okay. Tell me how. I'm going to tell you what that is. You're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about it right now. Consider adding more curiosity-driven, such as, before I reveal the game-changing strategy, let me set the stage. Also good. Like, this is good, fam. This is good. So let's go do this with Gemini. Now, again, my Gemini is advanced, so I don't know what the free ones look like. Don't bother me. I'm not trying to be that dude, but this shit is too good not to give it 20 bones. Do I want to use... Paul, have you turned on the new model before I do this?
Yeah, I got
2.0? Are you on 2.0?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm using all of them because they've all got... You can't do image creation on the later one, but you can do it on the earlier one.
Okay, so I'm going to do try now. So we're going to go back here yesterday to this original window, and we're going to get this. This was my original prompt, which you did copy that, right? I already sent this to the chat. Did you copy this? I have a bunch of transcripts prompt.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Just want to make sure we're on the same page, because otherwise Alicia would yell at me.
Well, once you've done this, you can share the file anyway.
Huh?
Once you've done this, you'll be able to share the link with me.
Okay. Okay, so we're going to pop this in.
Oh, don't put ChatGPT in Gemini.
Yeah, it did that. I didn't do that. Okay, so we're going to hand press go. My milkshake brings all the boys to the yard. Damn right, it's better than yours. Damn right, it's better than yours. Look, here. For this particular thing, we're going to bring in the ugly British kid. I just don't want to be here by myself. I'm feeling lonely on the screen.
Okay.
Okay. That's great. Having transcript YouTube videos gives us a lot to work with. Here are some good prompts you can use to leverage those transcripts for better content. Categories. You notice that they both categorized it by types of improvement? I didn't say that. That's just what it did. And yeah, this is cool. Okay. It says analyze audience engagements and retention. Now, I have no idea if this is to be true, but this is how my brain works. Gemini technically should be better at this because it owns the mother freaking platform. You know what I'm saying? Right?
100%.
Okay. All right. So, analyze these transcripts and identify parts of my video where audience engagement seems to be the highest. What topics or presentation styles are most effective in those movements? Based on these transcripts, this thing actually will read them all. A lot of things that chat were talking about were like handing in a specific one. Anyway, based on these transcripts, where do viewers likely drop off or lose interest? What could be causing this? How can I improve it? This sounds a lot more YouTube-y, which is good. What are the most common questions viewers might have after watching segments of these videos based on the content discussed? Identify recurring themes or topics in the transcripts that seem to resonate the most with our audience. All of these are gravy, son. What is the most confusing part of these transcripts, if any? How can I explain these topics more clearly? Come on.
Hallelujah.
Come on. Yeah. I'll buy that for
Hallelujah.
$1. What are the strengths as a speaker presenter based on the language and delivery evident in these transcripts? What are my weaknesses as a speaker delivery evident in these transcripts? How can I improve my delivery, clarity, and engagement? Which of these topics in these transcripts did I explain most effectively and which need more development or clarity? Gee, I'm about to start swearing. These are good. Sentiment analysis. Can you analyze the sentiment expressed in different parts of these transcripts? Are there sections that are particularly positive, negative, or neutral? Damn, these are good. Based on the topic discussed in these transcripts, what are some related subtopics or deeper dives that I can explore in future videos? These are good. I want to do this one. Because I can kind of go by the subject matter to which I had. So, Paul, let me see. Should I send this to you? How?
Down the bottom, I think.
Oh, I got to go all the way to the end? Yes, here
Yeah.
it is.
3 dots. Share it or yeah.
Draft it in. I'll export it to Docs. It's creating a document.
What are the 3 buttons? 3 dots.
Copy.
No,
Listen. Here.
no. Wait. The listen's very good on Gemini. She picks a voice.
It's not coming through. Okay, stop speaking. It's not coming through. Stop speaking. Okay, let me open this doc so I can paste this to Paul. Copy, and then go to share, and then go to anyone with the link. Viewer. Copy the link. Done. Good answer, Paul. All right, so now you got it. So let's go do this. What did you say? Duncan?
I said thank you.
Oh, I thought Duncan said something.
He's not that polite.
Yeah, he's not used to that.
Right? It threw me off. Threw me off. All right, so let's go to Gemini and let's bust a new chatty chat. Bingo. And then we're going to paste in this. And then I'm going to go grab some transcripts. I know I'm going to use 3 that I know that are in the same similar ballpark. So we got this one. We got that one. That one. This one. Oh, I hate you. I hate you. Okay, hold on. So here's what's messed up. VTT files are nothing but text files. Okay, 100%. However,
If you drop the text into the chat after it, it'll work.
yeah,
Even with the file.
I'm gonna do it even faster than this. I'm gonna just change these to TXT real quick because in Finder you can just highlight all 3 of them. Sorry, you can highlight all of them and say rename, and then drag it back in. All I'm doing is legit just changing it to TXT. What? That should have worked. Let me try this one. Huh. All right. I'm going to have to do it the hard way like Paul said. In theory, I would probably put these on a single video, but I'll do it the hard way, which is open the file and then select it all, copy.
Tell it it's a transcript as well.
Yep. I will automate this process, fam, because your man's is not going to sit here and go through this. This is not cool. It should have just taken it the way it is, but I have ways to automate this. That's that Logitech Magic Mouse scroll wheel. Okay, bingo. Let's just hit enter. It's still twirling. This thing is going to town, son. Look at that. It pulled up Ikigai. Ha! That's funny. Dealing with haters and negative feedback. Yo, look at this, son. This thing came through. All right. So again, you guys got all of this stuff. Like, you have all this stuff. You just don't process how to ask it questions. But I'm telling you, it is your best assistant. Like, just especially the voice mode. I be having full ass conversations with Juniper and Vega. Vega is the Chat GPT one. Anyway, this is a good one for Los. Psychology is self-sabotage. Explore the cognitive biases and psychological patterns that deal with negative self-talk. Oh, don't use the IS word in front of me, ChatGPT. Causative reconstructing techniques provide actionable strategies for reframing negative thoughts, drawing upon techniques from CBT and other therapeutic modalities. Yes, I do. I did know about this. I don't touch my analytics. No matter what Paul says, I don't look at him. I don't even pay no damn attention. None of my business. Paul doesn't believe me. I even mentioned that in the video, by the way, Paul. I was like, I was just talking about it. He still don't believe me.
I left your feedback on it.
Oh, you did? Okay. I was like, I don't look at it. I don't care. I'm scared to look at it because it's going to cause you to act a fool. I've only ever showed it on live when you guys asked me something specifically. Building effective content rituals. Man, we just kind of talked about that. Time blocking and scheduling. I kind of made that video, but I always can go deeper. Developing a pre-shoot checklist. That's a good one. The role of past trauma in creative blocks. Man, we just talked about that today in the chat. I mean, in the live stream, we legit just had this conversation. Case studies of creator overcoming negative self-talk. Boom, boom, boom. Changing the landscape of media consumption. YouTube on TV. Oh, that's because that came from the Billions talk. That was the second video. Oh, so it did break it down for each individual video, so I didn't have to give it all three. I could just do this one at a time. So imagine this. Okay, we're going to do something. We're going to do something because I'm an exploratory type of cat. Ooh, sorry, hiccups. And being an exploratory type of cat, y'all got to deal with me. Damn it, Roy, I'm going to say what you said, and I'm going to say it without a southern accent. I'm going to let ChatGPT, I let ChatGPT look at my analytics and have it exported to CSV. All right, BC, good to see you here, bro. Happy New Year. Or I said for the brand, Malagayan Pasko sa inyong lahat. Brand's like 1/4 Filipino. Let me hit this. So we're gonna go here, and we're gonna go to the Tube of You, the Real Deal Holyfield, and then we're gonna go how to repair. I don't even have to finish typing it; like it automatically knows. Damn it! Because unfortunately, I gotta watch this dude's videos all the damn time. Jerk. I love this series, by the way, Paul. So I'm going to steal this one because it's a 10-minute transcript. We're not going to play it so we don't have to listen to his irritating ass voice. We're going to go over here and we're going to get the transcript. I use it, if you guys wonder, I use a plugin called Glasp, G-L-A-S-P. It will give me the whole transcript. So I'm going to hit copy. I'm going to go back to Jimny. And then I already have this. So I'll make a new chat. Paste. Go to the top of this. Actually, I can stay here. And then use the right tensing. Boom. Oh, there's one thing I wanted to do. Let me grab all of this. Oh, no. What the hell? Why did I turn on my framing? Before I do this, I'm going to cut this out. And then, no, I don't want to upload an image. Go away. I want to do temporary mode.
That's basically stopping anything popping else up on yours about appliances, basically.
Yeah, because otherwise all of the next videos on my channel are going to be about appliances. So I had to do that first before I screwed myself up. All right, now I will do this one for Paul. Remember that if you're helping out clients or whatever, and you don't want it to mess up your stuff, because they all remember things now. So go into temporary mode. All right, so based off of Paul's video, can get into deep dive on injection molding, types of injection molding machines, hydraulic, electric, hybrid, mold creation and design, troubleshooting, injection molding defects. This is funny because you don't think it matters, but I've definitely had appliances where when they built it, there's like a little snag from something.
Very much so. Quality control.
Right? You know what I mean?
In the industry.
When you're coming out of the washer, there's that gray rubber ring in the front loader. And then mine had a little piece of plastic flashing that was stuck on there. So what I had to do was take a tool like this. It's hard to see. This is known as a deburring tool, and just run it across the rubber. This is a razor, but it's not like going to cut you razor, but it's perfect for that. And so, you know, you get a wire, like a plug sometimes, and you get a cheap plug from something you bought from Amazon for $10. And on the plastic that's supposed to cover the wire, it has like a little lip. And that lip is like scratchy and it snags onto your clothes or your furniture, or your backpack or whatever. You take a tool like this, $4, $8 if you bought a Milwaukee version like me, and you just run it across that and it'll peel it off. And then you don't have that problem. So that's perfect. Science of polymers, that's cool. Bakelite and such. Automation and robotics. Precious metal usage in the supply chain. These are all cool. Types of rotary switches. Bam. Failure modes and reliability. This is basically your channel right there. Design for longevity. Testing equipment and control. Switch selection. Repair.
Which was the next video.
It was the next video after this, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so dude, this is cool. What did Paul and AT talking about? Y'all confusing me.
If you look in your messages, Doc, you'll understand.
Okay. Yo, so this is super cool. Ooh, smart appliances and IoT. Okay, this is a little different from your channel, but I would love to see this video. Right now, it seems to me that the industry is trying to make smart appliances that is just gimmicky. Like they don't really do
No, they're
anything yet.
they're greenwashing it.
Green. Hey, bro, have you done a video on greenwashing yet?
Yes,
That
it's
is a
on the
good.
channel,
That is a good
and
video.
I ripped a hole into every manufacturer
Yeah.
because the exhibition in Germany was all about greenwashing appliances instead of solving problems that exist.
Yes, that's huge. That is absolutely huge. I think it's so dope to see you in the factory though. Like I like factory videos in general. So, but see, super easy, fam. You guys can come here. You can take any one of these videos on your channel and just use GLASP or some other form to get the transcript, and then
That is useful.
Paul. Okay. ChatGPT lesson is over for today. I just wanted y'all to see. Okay, wait. I gotta go back. Never mind. Damn it, Paul. I wanted to do one more. I wanted to check in Claude. Oh my God. This is really good though. Fam, this is really, really good.
Would you say Gemini treated it a little bit more, how can I word this? YouTube orientated. It seems to
Yes,
be
that's
a
what
bit
I 100%. And so that was the reason why when we did this, my first thought was like, would it do a better job based on the fact that they actually own the platform? And it seems to be fully aware that YouTube exists. Actually, let's try something on Gemini. Let me just take this piece of it. I want to try one other thing. Okay. All right, so we're going to go here. Bingo. Go to my channel. Bingo. And then let's grab this video. Bingo. Copy that. Go back to here. We're going to give it an exact video. It's not even a transcript. So you don't even have to go through the process of transcribing it. First of all, it seems kind of funny that it can come up. It knows what the video is that quick, but it is a computer. So like it can go through the transcript in seconds. But it comes out with, it's a great video to start with. It covers a lot of ground on the topic of why your ex keeps contacting you. No.
Well, you just abolished GLASP as well,
Right?
because GLASP's not needed there now, is it?
This wasn't, they got the content wrong though. Because it's talking about your ex contacting you, and that was just a small joke that I made. It wasn't the whole case of the video. So
What about telling it to use the transcript from that URL?
yeah. I always do that every time. Every freaking time I put two S's. What? Why the hell did? Okay, this is dumb. Okay, hold on. Let's pull out of this model because this model is ignorant. Oh, I know what I should do. This also might help. All right, and then let's go to this one. Now it worked, Paul. You see it? It actually went to YouTube. This is why you gotta know how to switch your models, fam. Oh, that's much better. That is Moss Bitan. Das ist Moss Bitan. Yo, this is good. Okay, so let's go to ChattyBee and give it a new chat. Same smell. Search in the web. Okay, advanced techniques and strategies, common challenges and solutions, emerging trends and future directions, interactive QA sessions. Boom. Just double checking. You know what I should put Mama Shogi for the year? Learn how to fucking type. Shut up, Paul. I don't want to transcribe the video. Oh, it's challenging to provide specific. Okay. The text transcript works better than doing it the video way, but in theory, it does work. But yeah, it seems as if the text transcript works better. You could also probably just do that. Oh, that's what I should do. Okay. Let's eliminate this chat. Let's try that one more again. I didn't think about the switch. Come here, girl. Delete. Let's do this again. We're going to turn on that, and then we're going to paste it back in there. See if that helps. It gave me the same answer. Yeah, I think doing the actual text drop in just works better in general. Like it's a better move. So I would say do it that way. But anyway, that was worth a shot. People, now you know. We out here learning new things. I'm gonna go eat and partake in some of Hawaii's best vegetables. Enjoy my New Year. That was
You're
fun.
having broccoli?
Yes, I'm gonna have broccoli. Special kind of broccoli from the Big Island. It's New Year's
I
Day.
think, you know,
Is it dried and cured?
Yes, it's dried.
I think for the New Year's, you should have broccoli once a week now.
Hawaiian broccoli?
No,
I would
the
definitely
healthy
be
kind.
Muskogee.
The Hawaiian broccoli got cool names like Girl Scout cookies, lamb's bread, Maui Wowie. Hey, there's a dispensary right down the street. What do you agree, Tora? You better not be agreeing about eating the devil lettuce. I'm not eating that. Well, afros. Oh, this is cool.
Oh.
This is fun.
So, and just in case you're wondering, tomorrow starts Generation Beta.
What's Oh, so we got a new name for a new generation?
Yep. And I'm actually let's see, a Boomer 2, which was also known as Generation Joneses, and that's where the saying "keeping up with the Joneses" came from.
The generation before you was called the Joneses?
No, my generation. The previous one was boomers. I was a boomer too, but boomer twos are also known as the Joneses, and that's where the phrase keeping up with the Joneses came from.
Shut
Because we were,
up.
1955 started the Joneses generation.
Dang, that's good. I like it. I like it. Farmers market. I'm going to the farmers market. I love it. I love it, Luis. All right, gang. This is fun. I appreciate y'all for hanging out. Oh, and we're going to see if what Paul said is true. So we just tested it for these last 3 streams of the year. We were just doing hangouts, just chillaxing. According to Paul C., because he knows he said when we do it
Saying the word.
where the What'd you say?
I'm not saying the word.
Yeah, he knows he said when we do this type on the Q&A where we just kind of like panel it up and hang out together, he says it gets more traction than when.
You can't really use this one on a New Year's Eve, can you?
Why?
It's an unfair database. I can tell you today traffic's down 25% in YouTube.
Oh, 100%. That makes sense because everybody's busy doing something else. I mean, yeah, even who's normally here and who's not here. But we got 100% likes, though. We got 13 viewers and 13 likes, so that don't happen. That'll count. Anyway,
Let's
'cause, yeah,
take that.
normally it's way better.
I can change my vote.
Hey, listen, P. Just chill out. Chill out. Thank you guys for being awesome this year. Thank you guys for being in the Gold Group and kicking it with us. Lo said when he come back from vacation, he gonna come and hang out with us. So Keisha's supposed to be coming through, so we're gonna have some more fun. But thank you guys for just showing up and kicking it and making this year good. So enjoy your time.
Happy New Year to everyone.
Paul, you get to
Take
go
care.
see your mom today?
I'm going now in a minute.
All right. Yeah, wish her the best.
Yeah, will do.
All right. And tell her
Have
to
a
send
happy
me
New Year to everyone.
send me
New
some
Year.
incriminating pictures of when you were a baby. Oh, that's what you missed, ATV. AT. We shared baby pictures in class on Saturday. Yo, young Paul, young Paul was cool as hell, bro. He had his little 3-piece suit, hair sewn, that velvet vest, like Jerry Lewis used to come out with the big old pipe, looked like a mad pimp with the velvet vest jacket. Paul got that outfit, bro. Paul got that exact outfit. Paul, what's the answer to Tyson's question? looking it
It
up.
is October 1st.
Okay, and I just realized something dumb. Forgive me. I spent a lot of time in Japan, so my Japanese tongue took over my black upbringing. The woman's name is probably Taisha, but I read it as Taisha, which is a type of temple in Japan, Izumo Taisha, right? So my brain read it as Japanese, but I know good and damn well that it's probably Taisha. And Alicia did not correct me. She let my Japanese slip out stronger than my black. So I'm going to blame you because I ain't taking the blame for this one.
Since I don't know Japanese, you cannot blame me.
All right. What was the date, Paul? I was defending my honor.
October the 1st through the 4th.
All right. There you go. You got to come through now. You already set that intention. So you got to be ready to come through. Camp is the best. Alicia got the cup. So it is the absolute best. We have a full-on blast, and we do a lot of work, and there'll be some breakthroughs. There'll be some crying, but you'll be so happy that you did. Like, I know that most people that came to camp still talking about camp, and we've been home for 2.5 months. So definitely come through the camp. Do what we said. Today's challenge for you guys for the year is to record at least 2 to 3 minutes of video every day. You don't have to release it to the world. You ain't got to show nobody. But the only way you're going to get better at doing this is to actually do it. So sit down, crack the mic, and say something, right? If it's dope, publish it, okay? Because then that's even better. Share it with the world. And if you guys do that, work on your misogi, and then I will see you on Tuesday, bright and early, ready for that first get up for the new year. Happy New Year, every people. And remember what Luis says, practice makes progress. I love you guys. Peace out.
Mine. How I love the city of mine. It never gets me down. City of